Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Sam and I make videos about makeup, chronic illness, and whatever I want. And today I am going to do a Sephora sale anti-haul. A Sephora sale starts on Friday and I always like to time these anti-hauls with the beginning of the sale, or at least close to the beginning of the sale. I have not been super up to date with makeup, as I said in like the last video I did about this. I think it was like first impressions or something. I'm just gonna go through some like beauty Instagrams and look at some new stuff that I haven't seen and tell you why you don't need it. I'm starting with Trend Mood. Let's just start right here. Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm Birthday Cake Sparkly. Her caption says, no need to buy it for $50 from resellers anymore. Just no need to buy it, period. Like, ask yourself, how many lip products do you have? I have limited myself with lip balms. I have my Laneige sleeping mask that I use every night before bed. That's in my nightstand. I have a bag lip balm, which is the Glossier balm.com. Oh, I have Lanolips 101 ointment next to my seat on the couch where I spend the majority of my time. And then in here I have this Clarins lip oil. You don't need like 100 lip balms. Now, I could argue that I don't need 100 lip glosses, which is also true, but they're at least different colors. The lip balms, you can barely tell the difference in color. I'm gonna put some of this lip oil on, actually. You just don't need it. You probably already have something like this. It's thing. Westman Atelier. I assume this is going to be at Sephora. Hydrating Matte Bronzing Drops. $58 for some bronzing drops? Get out of town. You don't need that. You don't need to spend $58 on bronzing drops. I got these ones. These e.l.f. ones. Like $8 and they work pretty nicely. Now, I haven't tried every bronzing drop on the market, but it's quite nice. Tower 28 Get Set Blur and Set Matte Powder. Blurs pores, the smoothing texture that has a splash of vibrant color. I'm just going to be very honest with you. The colors that are shown here are literally the same blush colors that everyone has 10 times over. Now, if it was like a purple or a red or something, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about a peach. We're talking about mauve. We're talking about a baby pink. You don't need these. You just don't. I'm sure you have these already. Say Super Suede Baked Blush. This just looks like the MAC blush, which I've never tried this brand, so I don't know, but I would recommend the MAC first just because they're solid. They're legendary. I'm going to say the same thing I said about the last blushes, is there's nothing unique about these colors. I'm going to put a screenshot, but I wanted to show you, like, those are so boring. You don't need these for $28. Makeup has gotten really fucking boring. Now, these are going to be a little trickier to talk you out of because, like, I think these are cute. They're not showing swatches, though. Oh, there they are. These are, like, shimmery, plumping oil gloss from YSL. I know from all of the content I consume, the average person does not like plumping gloss. They just don't. They hate how it feels and it burns. And this, I really like the light purple one, but to be fair, I doubt you would even be able to tell it was purple. No, you couldn't. It's like clear on the hand. So like these colors, I know all of you are going to see this and be like, ooh, that lilac shade. It's going to look real pretty. It doesn't. It's clear. Probably a fortune. It doesn't say how much it is, but it's probably a lot. You definitely do not need that. Okay. Enough here. Enough. We have the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. I don't know what has gotten into this brand. Oops. To where they think they can just release crap like their ColourPop. Mostly. I truly do not understand. Like, what they're doing here. This is just like one of the last palettes they did. The thing that's really irritating me is when you're scrolling through, the photos from the company are like far different than like some of the other photos. But yeah, this just looks like a combination of, what was that warm one? Bronze. And then like the one that came out last year, that was like a nude. That's what this looks like a combination of. So one, I'm going to tell you not to get it because I don't like Natasha Denona. It's such an inconsistent formula that I cannot recommend anyone at all purchase from it. But two, if you do like Natasha Denona, I guarantee you have this already. This, I don't know if it's going to be at Sephora. With the fucking Candy Crush Pat McGrath. I can make a whole video about this on its own because it's complete and utter nonsense. Pat McGrath's brand has been going downhill for a while now with the repetitive shades, the obsession with like rosy tones, which I love, but I don't need 10 rosy palettes that are $128 a piece. Sidebar. We're going to go with the cheapness of the Star Wars palettes, like the cardboard ones with, you know, the like sticker. Like those already felt cheap for being that price. I forgave it. But when they put the sticker on the Midnight Sun palette and then made it full price, that was absolutely freaking ridiculous. So there have been things that this brand has been doing for a while that are really like, are you sure? Kind of scummy. And then I see this freaking Candy Crush collab and I'm like, you gotta be kidding. You are supposedly a luxury brand with luxury pricing and you are collabing with a phone game for children. I realize everyone plays it, but the market audience in the beginning of this development was children, let me be clear. We got Candy Crush lipsticks for $38. Also, it's just Elson in a Candy Crush package. Did anybody else know that when we were all complaining about it online? None of these are new products. They're all just repackaged. Is the nail polish new? $32 nail polish. So they just repackaged stuff they already had with Candy Crush logo. And also, this looks like it should have been for Christmas. Moving on. Also, don't buy that or I will come and haunt you. Have a new NARS collection. These seem to be popular, like their spring and summer collection. This is sun-inspired shades with the south of France. The packaging is cute. It looks like little umbrellas, like with the stripes. Are these blush palettes or eyeshadow palettes? My thing is, the idea is cute. The idea is nice. With like a bronzer, a highlighter, a blush, a matte blush, and a shimmery blush. But these are going to work for like a handful of people. Ask yourself how frequently you use a palette that has like a bronzer. I know statistically most people aren't going to reach for that bronzer if it's in a palette with other stuff. So you're not going to reach for the highlighter if it's like because you want to mix and match and you don't want to have to get the whole palette out unless you're going to use everything from the palette, and that is not going to be frequent. So don't do it. House Labs multi-use highlighter stick. These are just eyeshadow sticks, you guys. You probably have some. Just repurpose your eyeshadow stick. These are $30. Fenty Skin Cherries Gone Bad Duo. Plush Pudding Lip Mask and Lip Oil on a keychain. Why are we putting everything on a keychain now? This is what gets me. The average consumer doesn't want their store full of kids, like their makeup store. Like unattended children. We don't want unattended children in our shopping space. And then parents also don't want their children asking for, how much is this? I don't know, it doesn't have a price. Like $30 items because they're children, right? But then you have brands like Fenty who's making this clearly for children. Children want keychains of lip gloss, not adults. At least not many adults to make it worth selling. We're not going to deal with the Sephora kid problem as long as companies see them as viable customers. You see a Polite Society, I don't know if they sell this Sephora. Polite Society Cabana Club Blurring Bronzer. I've never heard of this brand before, I don't think. You don't need another bronzer. This one swears that, like, it's melting. It's, like, cream to powder. This is liquid to powder, but it's, like, a cream. But it's a powder. You don't need it. You don't need it. You got a bronzer. This I was very excited about, and I still don't know how I feel about it, which means it's a no. This is the Mason Margiela Replica Neverending Summer. You know, when I read all of this and I heard about it, like, it was made for me. And then I smelled it in the store and was quite disappointed. It's not bad. It's nice. But if you're thinking it's going to be a citrus, you're wrong. There's barely any citrus to it. It's definitely more of a warm green fresh, which is pretty. But it's just not it. It's not it. So if you, like me, were looking for an orange, don't blind buy it. I could tell you that if you want a citrus, you're not going to be satisfied there. The Gisou lip oils. I've heard these are sticky and I heard they're not hydrating. I guess there's more shades of them. Again, there's not much shade difference in a lip oil. It's not a lip gloss. It's not opaque. It's just not happening. Don't buy these. I get the bottles are cool and wavy, but I've also seen people say that they break these a lot because of the weird wavy bottle. You don't need it. It's our new Merit Sheer Lip Liner and Slick Sheen High Shine Tinted Lip Oil. All the lip oils, once on the lip, look exactly the same, as I just said in the last thing. And what the heck is a sheer lip liner? Like, I get it, it's less bold, but you could just, like, feather out the lip liners you have. You don't need this. This is dumb. Don't even bother me with this. Harry Styles is having a lip tint. It's not sold at Sephora, so we're not going to talk about it, but come on. This one almost got me. Let's talk about Pat McGrath again. Mothership 12 Petal Morphosis. Yes. This is pretty when you look at it. The packaging is phenomenal. I considered, if this had good reviews, getting it during like a Pat McGrath sale when it's like 40% off or something. But let's be real, if you remove those two greens, it's every other damn palette she's ever made. I don't even know if it's her anymore. I don't know who's working there. But let's all put our fingers over the greens. This is just every other Pat McGrath palette. We can all move along. It's not even worth it on sale. Definitely not Sephora sale, but it's not even worth it on the Pat McGrath sale. This one kind of worries me. I need to go look. The ABH has this contour stick. Smooth. Like, I use this contour stick. I use Fawn, which is cool tone enough. It does pull a little warm on me once I like get it on, but it's still like coolish, cool enough. So I don't know how these would be on me. I don't know if these are a replacement or what the deal is, but you got 4 shades. Half-tone shadow looks like a bronzer, which would be my shade. You don't need them though, they're pretty boring looking. And half of these contour sticks are just bronzers. Contour has to be cool toned. Okay, now I need to talk myself out of this. You know how I feel about Moondust shadows if you've been here for a minute. You know it. They're releasing a new palette called Ice Out. You know that I'm also a slut for blue eyeshadow. I mean, look at me right now. I can't talk you out of it because I can't even talk myself out of it. I don't need this. I don't need it at all. I hope honestly, they start bringing more fun shades out, because they have these like liquid things. I'm gonna try to find them and talk about them. These liquid eyeshadows that are so pretty. So I hope they're gonna come out with like more colors of moon dusts. I'm gonna talk you and myself out of these. For me, I don't wear liquid eyeshadow. I just don't. I never have. This is at Ulta Beauty. Maybe they're not at Sephora. We're talking about them anyway. I don't need these. I don't use liquid eyeshadow, but they're so pretty. And the packaging is really cool. You don't need them, because if you like liquid eyeshadow, you probably already have a bunch, and these do dry out. That was it for Trend Mood. Let me take a peek. Their Makeup on Your Radar. See if there's any mainstream stuff to chat about that Trend Mood didn't have. I don't want to be here all night long because it's really late and I am exhausted. But I was sticking around with this new phone. It's not new if it's the same product, just small. I'm not really seeing anything else to talk about. To some degree, oh wait, we'll talk about this in a second. But let me just say this. To some degree, I feel like brands are slowing down, which is welcomed, because bombarded isn't even the right word. We were straight up accosted by the beauty industry for the last like 5 years, probably longer, honestly. Let's just go with 5. Time doesn't mean anything. It was like release after release after release. You'd blink and there'd be more releases. And not only do you not have enough money for this stuff, even if you have enough money, you should not be consuming on this level. The whole point of where I'm going with my beauty consumption, doing my low buy, or doing a low buy and now a no buy, and like using what I have and using doing Project Pan stuff. It's not just me that's doing that. It seems to be quite popular right now, and I hope it isn't just a fad. I hope it sticks around. We can get new stuff. We can love new stuff. The thing is, we made it less special. We made it less interesting to get a new item because we were always getting new items. And I feel like this has to be a mixture of people buying less because they have to, people choosing to buy less, the economy, supply chain, tariffs, inflation. The companies are just kind of slowing down. So it's nice to see that since I've done my last video, there's a lot of indie stuff released, but like mainstream things that would be sold at Sephora, there's far less. It is just a bit refreshing to get a freaking breather. Now, next thing, Hourglass Luminous Glow Foundation. This is probably great if you have dry skin. The shade range kind of sucks. If it kind of straight up. I know Hourglass is just notorious for having shitty shade range is the word I'm looking for. This is probably nice for people with dry skin. Mostly, oh, it's at Ulta. Why is everything at Ulta now? Terrible for the summer. Nobody, even with dry skin, wants glow in the summer. You don't want this for your spring sale. Get out of here. Smashbox Halo Plump Hyaluronic Acid Lip Gloss. There's 101 of these things. You don't need another hyaluronic lip gloss. Let's be honest with ourselves. This one surprises me. Smashbox Pore Vanishing Primer. I haven't seen Smashbox primers talked about in like 87 years. I'm not saying I'm not saying their primers are bad. I'm just saying they're uninteresting. Like Shine Control, Pore Vanish. This is going to tighten the shit out of your skin if I had to guess. Skip it. It's going to be uncomfy. I feel like maybe I'm wrapping that up. No, that's it. Oh, wait. One more thing. Kelly is sneak peeking a new fragrance. It could be an April Fool's joke. It's talking about like white chocolate, milk, and marshmallow. Tomorrow or today, if you're watching it on the day I post this, it's April Fool's Day, so it could be like a freaking joke. Don't even get me started on April Fool's. Why is it a thing? Why? Nobody wants like fake product releases all day long. It's infuriating. Not gonna get into that though. That was my last product. I don't know how I'm going to talk you out of it because I don't even know if it's real. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to talk myself out of it because I've been really jamming with Kaoli lately. I had a little sampler last year and I like quite a few. Quite a few are on my wish list. Let me know down below what you need talked out of for the Sephora sale, if anything, so I could talk you out of it. Let me know how you're feeling about new releases. Do you agree that they're kind of slowing down? They're getting repetitive and boring when they do show up. What are your thoughts and theories about that? Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time.